Do it up.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards because Commander's number one. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I've got Sherman with me. Sherman, how you doing?
Good. Tired. We decided to record a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, it was. It's funny. We've got a lot of stuff going on next weekend, so we're like we'll do a double episode. Slothy's busy this weekend, so he's like 6 a.m. sharp. We got this, guys. I got other things to do. Let's do it. And then my recording stuff got packed up. So
Yeah, because he's moving.
yeah, so here we are. Sans Slothy, sans sleep.
Yeah, I don't blame him, but at the same time, like, because he didn't pack it.
True. We'll uh,
But
we'll
it's
ha- we'll have
okay.
to harass him next time.
Yeah.
I'm telling him we're recording at 4 next time. We'll see if he's reviewing these episodes. 4 a.m. Slothy. It's the only time I could make it happen.
Uh,
How was your week? How you been doing?
oh, I am so upset. There's like, work was insane. Like, let's face it, my work tends to be insane. I love my job, but it tends to be insane because of the people that I have to deal with. So.
Yeah. You don't really ever get like a slow time, right? Because everyone's holidays, your busier time.
Yeah. So like for people who don't know, like I do sales online for a company and like we we have like we're coming up to our slow months. Like June is when it starts to slow down and then July and then August is starts to pick up. So those 3 months are the only really slow times we have. Every other time we're busy, like especially during holiday season, so I'm working like 6 days a week, like close to 60 hours during that week. So it is what it is. Like my boss lets me sleep at work.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's not good. Like we've been same for us. We're going into busy season with just ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
I also get to sleep at work though, so kind of nice. It's a nice little trend we get going. Um this week we had just like before even that, the reason I'm tired, I gotta say this too. I have no concept at all of quantities. So I told my wife last night, I was like, you know what? We're gonna quickly just do some meal prep. I'm gonna run to the store. We're gonna buy some stuff. I'm gonna meal prep like some spaghetti sauce and some spaghetti. Easy, nice thing to get going. So my version of this is I got like 7 pounds of ground beef, which
Ooh.
is a lot. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I made a lot of this like spaghetti sauce. I like to blend a lot of vegetables into it, kind of like bake them down, blend them, uh, healthier, heartier kind of thing. And my kitchen scale only goes to 24 pounds. And I put like my pot on, and I was like, okay, here we go. I did my tear and everything, and then my scale just turned off. Like I when I was weighing how much sauce I made, it just went right up to 24, and then just turned off. So I think I made like 30 pounds of sauce. I'm just drowning in spaghetti sauce at the moment. But this was again, I also decided to do this at like 11 at night. So I went to the grocery store. It was closing at 10. Started cooking. My wife's not too happy with me. Yeah, but spaghetti sauce for days. Spaghetti sauce for days. You want to come over for spaghetti? I'm your man. Like we got a lot going on. But yeah,
Oh boy.
that's kind of what I've been up to. One sec here. Let me just. There we go. My voice already dying. I'm still a little bit sick. We were saying at the beginning of the episode that we are hoping that we're eventually all better.
Yeah. Like all of us are still coughing, and like it's been like almost a month, and we're still coughing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It
It's
was
crazy.
one of the guys at my work. Like I said, I don't know who got me sick. It was I don't know if I got sick because you said, hey, I'm sick. Don't I should stay home. I was like, I know we'll record. I don't know if it was one of the guys at my work, but he had like bird flu.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was sick with something. I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
I was not doing wonderful.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. But so anyways, we were just talking before we started here, and Modern Horizons 3 is right around the corner. The price of all of it sucks. It's brutal.
It's outrageous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm buying singles. There's lots of great singles. There's some pretty cool commander options in it that I've seen already. We're actually doing 2 episodes today, so you'll see me back to back in this episode. If you're over on Patreon, you'll actually get to see the videos nice and early, and if not, you'll get them when you get them. Same with the episodes. But yeah. So back to what this is. We're doing one of Sherman's decks right now, and yeah, with the price of how everything is, the price of how everything is. Yes, it ties in. Um, it's Omo, but I'm saying to everyone, you should be buying singles on this. Like they're reprinting everything.
Yeah.
They've shoved Ragavan, Esper Sentinel in here.
The
Like
medallions.
yeah, the medallions
Let's
in new artworks. Why not? Again, this isn't a modern set, which is making modern players angry. It's way too expensive, which is making commander players angry.
yeah. Like there's no winning here really for Wizards. It's like because when you go through it, like I don't know any modern player that cares about the medallions.
No, at all.
I don't know any modern player that cares about like most of the things that's been spoiled. I think most modern players don't care about, and then commander players will love it. But at the same time, the price for everything is just so expensive. No one really cares.
Well, yeah, I just popped our Omo onto the screen, right? That's your commander of the week. Like, let's take it away first. But there's nothing. This isn't a card for modern. No one's gonna care. It's in fairness, it's from the commander decks because why wouldn't they start releasing commander decks with the modern deck? So yeah,
Yeah, why not?
yeah. I
But
one of the best like memes I've seen about this is it's just like a kid celebrating his birthday and he's got like a little box of cards. Yeah, and then it's just like and here's your present too to like the kid's big
commander,
brother. Yeah, and it's
yeah,
just like all the commander sets and a box and I'm like, all right, fair.
so true. It's so true.
Yeah, right. Take us away. Tell us what your deck does.
All right, so saw the face commander for this. I'm like, I want to see what I build compared to what they build, and then we went from there. So like it is Omo, Queen of Vesuva. So it's 2 and a hybrid Simic. So it's a 1/5 shapeshifter noble. So whenever Omo, Queen of Vesuva enters the battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to 1 target land and up to 1 target creature. So each land with an everything counter on it is every land type in addition to its other types. Yay! Each non-land creature with an everything counter on it is every creature type. Yay! Let's see what we can do to abuse this.
It seems kind of shenanigansy.
Yeah, it is. Like, truth be told,
I
like
like it.
I, I decided to go. Like at first, when I was first building this, I was kind of making it more like high powered and everything, and then I got bored.
Hmm.
So I decided to go more fun and jank. So like the power level for this deck, I would say probably like a 5.5 to a 6. If you get a good hand, it's pushing a 7.
Okay, nice and mid. I like it.
It's nice and mid because this does take some time to do stuff. You have to have your commander out for this deck to really go off. If your commander keeps on dying or they keep on getting rid of it, this deck is almost dead in the water.
I think this
So it
deck too, just even reading its ability first, is it's
yeah,
so easy to want to go down the path of I am just going to power make expensive copies of lands.
yes.
Right? Like I think to me that's the route that I would be going down just because I'm simple brained.
Yeah.
I would be like, I'm gonna Field of the Dead, and Field of the Dead is just becoming a creature so easily. So I'm gonna like clone Field of the Dead 100 times, right?
So there was there was that. There was coming with like tribal where like I only had like 3 tribes.
Yeah,
So I had elves, merfolks, and slivers all together.
that's cool.
right? Along with a bunch of changelings, so they kind of worked with each other quite a bit. And then like I said, it was kind of getting high powered, and the only problem was I was getting bored. So I decided to just take a bunch of lords from different sets
Yeah.
or or different tribes and just throw them together because it's more fun. Because like you'll see that I do have a few things from like elves and merfolks and slivers to throw in because like things like the Lord of Atlantis
So good.
just makes everything unblockable for you.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so like I'm still gonna have stuff like that in, but I threw in other stuff that you normally don't see just because it's more fun.
It's almost a shame that this isn't 5 color and you can't like use Sliver Overlord to take people's slivers because you can make other people's creatures all creature types and their lands all land types as well.
Yeah. But the thing is, like if Wizards made it 5 color, okay,
It would be a
everyone
good
would put
stuff
in
pile.
yeah, it wouldn't be as challenging, I would say.
Yeah.
Because the amount of lords you would throw in, like especially like imagine like just humans,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like you have humans on all the colors. You throw in zombies, you throw in all sorts of things, right? And it'd just be a powerhouse.
I was already initially thinking of just the I can't even remember its name right now. It's the soldier that does it's 3 mana whenever it attacks. It makes another soldier. You tap 2 untap soldiers, draw a card.
Oh,
It's 3 mana.
the
Yeah,
only one I can come close to thinking for something like that is like Kumena, but it's not.
yeah. Again, Kumena would be like another like very cool. Exactly, tap your merfolks. Everything's every
Yeah,
kind of. So I'm interested to see what section you want to start, and you want to start right into our artifacts.
yeah. Let's start artifacts. Just get them out of the way real fast, because most like yeah.
I'll
So like
I'll
we
I'll
have
take our
like
first one. It's
okay,
oh sorry. Did you want to say some notes about your artifact
yeah.
first, or
So because I just wanted to point out one more thing real fast here. Because it's more of a fun deck and janky deck and everything. There's going to be more staples because of that. Just because we kind of need to bring up the power level a little bit more.
I'd say though, like our episode on not using staples as much doesn't mean we're not gonna build with them and stuff. It's just that sometimes you should rethink instead of just putting like every powerhouse card in it. Again, like I was saying at the very beginning, I would build this deck because I'm a simple brain boy. It would all be clone spells, and it would all be Field of the Dead. This would be a Field of the Dead deck. That would be it. It would be Omo Queen of Field of the Dead, and that's all I would do. I would be like, I am cloning Field of the Dead 70 times. I'd put in all of the like swarm intelligence so that all of my things are there. And then
Yeah,
I would just be like, okay, well, I have how many Field of the Dead triggers? 1,800. And I would just fill the board with zombies that don't do anything like I do every game. And then I just sit there and have 800 tokens of zombies. But my zombies are all creature types. It would never work. I would build this deck poorly. Poorly, but very expensively.
fair. Yeah, yeah. It's not this deck is not that expensive. It's like $165.
Yeah, I saw that, and it didn't like it wasn't a crazy high salt sum, like right at the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So let's jump into the artifacts here. We've got our arcane signet. 2 mana, you tap, you add 1 color of your commander's identity. Great ramp.
yeah. The next one we have is Bident of Thassa for 2 double blue. Legendary enchantment artifact. Sorry. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. So, like I said, we're gonna have unblockable here because we want to make sure Omo attacks constantly, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, and for 1 in a blue, you can tap it, and creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able.
It's such an
Um,
annoying ability.
yeah, it's very very annoying. It's great for this deck because of the card draw, and we, like I said, we're trying to make things unblockable. One thing I forgot to point out about our commander: when the commander comes out, you will always target Omo first for the everything counter.
Oh, interesting. So
Yeah, so like you
on up
you
to one
target someone's
target.
land.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's not other things.
Yeah, so you target your opponent's lands, and then the second everything counter for a creature, you always target Omo. You don't target
Is it
anything else.
both every time? Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's really
up
cool.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't have to, but yeah, so you can. You actually, if you target an opponent's land, you get a lot of political favor from like helping out that way.
Yes, especially like if they're like playing like 3 color and they're missing something. It's like, okay, like put this counter on here. Just let me attack you next turn. It's only a 1/5.
Yeah,
You know?
very easy to say. I'm not going to be winning with commander damage. Let me help this out with that. I really really like that. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So it's just like let me in, I'll give you an everything counter, okay, for next for so you can like make that one island and a mountain, you know.
I
So
I
things
so
like that,
wish I
right?
could put Valakut in this deck. You have something that makes it so I could put all mana types into, and then you take it away from me. Animals, animals. We have a Decanter of Endless Water. It's 3 mana. You have no max hand size. You tap, you add 1 mana of any color. I actually forgot about this because I'm out of these, and this should be in my deck that we're gonna do after, because it's
Yeah.
such a good card. It's like one of the best rocks, I think. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great card. It was like overlooked during when it came out during Baldur's. So next one is a Daniel staple.
Love
It's
it.
Howling Mind. So for 2 mana, at the beginning of each player's draw step, if Howling Mind is untapped, that player draws an additional card.
Preach it. It should be in every deck. Makes the games fun.
We're trying to be friendly here. We're trying like Omo is a political card at first to get it rolling, get it started, right? Like like we said, we're gonna help you mana fix. In exchange, you gotta
Kind
give
of
us
leave
something
us
back.
alone while we get rolling.
Yeah.
I like that. We have our Lightning Greaves to protect the commander. I assume it's eventually going to get out of control. If you've got like other lords and stuff, you probably want to make sure it's protected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got our Lightning Greaves, 2 mana. Equip creature has haste and shroud, zoom zoom fast, and equip for 0.
Yeah. Then we have one of our first expensive cards. And it's something that's hard to find, unfortunately, but it is something that's needed in this, and that is Maskwood Nexus. It's 4 mana, and creatures you control are every creature type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on a battlefield. And if you tap 3 mana and you tap it, you create a 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. This card will do a lot of work for you. This is like destroy on sight for your deck.
You have to get rid of that card, yeah.
Yeah. So if your opponents see it, they will target it. They have to try to get rid of it because it will. If you have like a board state, this gets out of hand really quickly.
Yeah. Mascot Nexus is so good. It needs a reprint really badly.
Maybe they'll reprint it in Modern Horizon
Yeah,
3.
right. Best commander set. We've got our Mind Stone, just 2 mana. You tap for 1 colorless, or one colorless and a tap, or one generic, I guess, and a tap, because colorless really does matter with the new stuff now. It's not one
Yeah.
colorless, any color. Sack it, destroy. Sack it, draw a card, no destroy.
And then we got our Soul Ring for 1 mana. You tap it for add 2.
Yeah. And then finally, I think no, we've got more. You've got a great artifact section. My artifact section, disappointing. We've got Swiftfoot Boots, 2 mana. Equip creature has hexproof and haste, very fast. Equip for 1.
Yeah, we want that hexproof. That's all we really want. Haste is nice though.
Yep.
Our last artifact here is going to be the Thought Vessel for 2 mana. You have no max hand size, and you tap for add colorless mana.
It looks pretty apparent to me that you're going to draw a lot of cards.
Yeah, we're gonna try to. So we're gonna
You want
our
to
next
skip
section.
creatures for now?
I do want to skip creatures.
Okay.
I want to jump into enchantments next, if possible.
Yeah, I actually just pulled us away from creatures there. I get it. Wavelength. We're good. We start us off with a really nice enchantment section, by the way, $22. We've got our Beastmaster's Ascension, which is again another card that can't sit on the field. Whenever a
Yeah,
creature you control attacks, you may put a quest counter. It should be realistically Beastmaster's Ascension should be one or more creatures you control attack and then have it ramp up. Because all this
yeah,
does is every time it comes down as a massive anthem.
yeah. It's crazy. So like in seven is not hard when you have when you're swinging wide.
Yep. Yeah, 7
So
can really, really like that. That's one swing a lot of the time. 1 to 2.
yeah, broken card.
It's like
The next
great art
one.
though. One second, I didn't even read it. We didn't even get to it. I was just
Oh
admiring.
yeah.
It's two to colorless, two colorless, one green. Sorry. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you can put a quest counter on it as long as it has 7 or more creatures you control. Get 5/5. Yikes.
Yeah, great card. It's not like the prices for it is really good considering.
Yeah.
So
What is its price right now? Oh, $5. Great price.
yeah,
It must
five
have,
bucks.
it must have seen some recent reprints. What hasn't?
Yeah, so it was in commander sets and everything. Like on the high end, it's going to be like $8, maybe 10. But it's $5 right now for the cheap end. The next one we have is Cartouche of Knowledge for 1 in a blue. It's an aura, and you enchant creature you control. When the Cartouche of Knowledge enters the battlefield, you draw a card. An enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. So this is gonna slap on to Omo to give it some evasion so we can keep on attacking even if someone says, no, you cannot attack me.
So far, I like this. Like it's none of it's scary at the moment. We're still looking good.
No?
Like you said, we're looking early game. Our next one's a group hug card. We're group hugging. I like it.
Yeah.
Dictate of Crufix, 1 double blue. It has flash. Beginning of each player's draw step, they draw an additional card. Who can hate on this so far?
Exactly. Right? We're doing stuff where we're just like, okay, you help me, I help you. Let me attack you. Let me get the 1 damage. Let me get my stuff going here. And most people are going to be like, fine. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So the next one we have here is Family's Favor for 2 and a green. Whenever you attack, you put a shield counter on target attacking creature. Until end of turn, it gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, remove a shield counter from it. If you do, you draw a card. So even for this, even if you don't get a draw card, like let's say you attack with Omo, you put a shield counter on it, and you can be like, okay, you can block, okay, because it's almost a 1/5. You can block with they can block with like a 2/2 even,
Yeah.
right? Bounce off. You still keep that shield counter. The card draw is nice, but the fact is you have a shield counter and it's protecting your commander.
I've been playing this card wrong. I didn't realize if they block and don't destroy your creature, your shield counter's still there.
Yeah,
So you can end up with like 8 shield counters on this thing.
exactly.
Yikes! I like that. That's really cool. I play Family's Favor all the time, and I never use it that way. That's see, like I said, I'm simple brained. Next we have our Guardian project, 3 and a green. Whenever non-token enters under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control or a card in your graveyard, draw a card. Made for commander.
Yeah, made for commander.
Not
Made.
made. Not made for a persistent petitioners deck. I'll tell you that.
uh, the next card we have is In Too Deep for 2 blue. So it's an aura. It has split second. All right. And then you can enchant either a creature, planeswalker, or clue. And enchanted permanent is a colorless clue artifact with tap 2, sack this artifact, draw a card, and loses all other abilities. So it's a interesting removal card. I've been trying to play around with more different kinds of removal, and this is just fun.
Honestly, a 69-cent split second piece of removal is brutal.
Yeah, especially like considering that like you can put it on a creature or planeswalker.
Yeah. Well, this even just hitting my commander with this, right? I can't protect it.
Yeah. The most annoying thing about this card too is if you're playing Senator Peacock, Senator Peacock makes all your artifacts clues, and this is just annoying.
That's really funny. That's actually like a really good card. What set is that from?
New Capenna.
New Capenna had some great cards. New Capenna was not respected enough, especially by me.
Yeah, this was in one of the commander sets.
Ooh, I just got to the next card, and this doesn't look like a group hug card at all. Kenrith's Transformation. 1 and a green. Enchant creature. When it enters, draw a card. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green elk with base power and toughness 3/3. Who hurt you? Kenrith's Transformation always hurts. It's this, the Dark Steel, the what's the Lignify, any of those kind of cards, they're rough.
Yeah, they're rough, but like you still need to have some removal here, especially if you're politicking and everything. You're like, you let me through, or else I'll do this, right?
Yeah,
You got to threaten the board.
to me, this goes on people's commanders. That's how I play this card.
Yeah, and it's not like they can't get rid of it. Like all they have to do is like swing into someone and have them like block and kill their commander or whatever, right? So you're giving them a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is one of the fun cards I throw in, and it's Life Tap for double blue. Whenever any forest target opponent controls becomes tapped, you gain 1 life.
That I'm sure is errata to whenever a player taps a forest as well.
It should be whenever, yeah, it should be errated to that. So I have another one in here, that does the same thing, and that one has also been errata. It used to say target, and now it says for each opponent.
Yeah, because you don't have to target opponents anymore. Where is this card? Wow, this is a annoying card to find because of it's apparently also an app. Oh, there we go. What is it? Whenever a forest an opponent controls becomes tapped, you gain a life. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, we were right. Yeah, so that's gonna be a problem if you keep again, you're being nice and then suddenly they're life gaining you by playing their cards. And who doesn't have green in their decks these days, right?
yeah, exactly. So, and that's the thing. Like, you're once again, if they tap it for that land that has an everything counter on it, if you're tapping it for a mountain, it counts as a forest.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I like that. We have On the Trail. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you can put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. That's great.
yeah, and as you said, we're gonna try to draw more cards. So, and this is just gonna accelerate us, hopefully. The next,
I'm loving this list.
it's fun so far.
I the group hug good word is here to stay.
Yeah. The next one is another group hug. It's Rites of Flourishing for 2 and a green. At the beginning of each player's draw stat, that player draws an additional card. Okay. Each player may play an additional land on each of their turns. Once again, we're helping the board. We're helping everyone out.
Yeah, I'm loving this list right now. We've got our Thought Leech as our final enchantment. It's double green. Whenever an island opponent controls becomes tapped, you can gain a life. So again, the same thought process of whatever they're playing is going to gain us life passively by us just flooding the board with these everything counters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't care. We're giving things away.
Again, that's just it's a passive ability for what we're already doing is awesome.
Yeah. So and like you're not remove like the thing about Omo is that you're not destroying or making their lands unusable. It's not like we're throwing down a blood moon,
Yeah, you're not
right?
wrecking it. You're actually helping everyone because you're not taking away the types.
Yeah. So it's like okay, like you have a maze of if, okay? No one's really attacking. Okay, let me help you out. Let me make that maze of if like something that can produce land at the same or mana at the same time,
Yeah. Well, there's so
right?
many that just don't do stuff like that, right? Like,
Yeah. Or you have a we're at a quarry tower, and it's like you need colored mana because you don't have colorless. You don't need colorless. You need like your blue. Fine, let me throw on a counter on it. Now it can produce the blue for you. You're trying to help everyone. In exchange, you just ask for 1 life.
yeah, just well, the other thing too is you can really get the game going for people, right? This is a deck that just by what you're already just trying to do passively can actually get other people into the game, right? Like in there's so many games you see someone like stuck trying to draw an island or trying to draw a forest to hit their colors they need for XYZ ability. I like this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And we have the extra card draw for everyone. We have the Howling Mind. We have the Dictate of Crucifix. You have to write a Flourishing. You're trying to help the board.
Yeah, Sherman clause.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's go into instance here.
Yeah.
I like this instant list already. I'll start us off with a yeah. You start us off, please.
All right. So we start off with a Beast Within for 2 and a green. So destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token. We just need to have some sort of removal.
You need some,
Yeah, you
right?
have to.
We've got Blink of an Eye, which is really weird artwork. One and a blue with kicker of one and a blue. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If it was kicked, draw a card. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice bounce.
Nice that it hits
We
everything.
Yeah, which is something that I always love. So like it's
Honestly, hitting any of those flip lands, the like the Gaia's Cradle flip, Itlamok, for instance, that
yeah
would be great. Yeah,
yeah. We have your traditional counter spells for double blue counter target spell.
yeah. A Frantic Search, 2 and a blue. You draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, untap up to 3 lands.
Yeah,
Basically, free draw,
pretty much.
free loot in blue.
Yeah. Next one we have is your heroic intervention for one in a green. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You have to have this because people will target your creatures.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, you need to have this.
The next one I love using in decks. Joint Exploration is great. 1 to blue with a kicker of a green. You scry 2, then draw a card. If it was kicked, you can put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. I just really like that ability.
This card is so annoying to try and find. I kid you not. All of our stores keep on selling out of them.
That's probably because I buy it all the time. I love it. I think I bought when that card came out. I think I bought like 40 copies. I was like, this is just a great generic card.
Yeah, it's so useful. Like just tapping spending the 2 to scry 2 and draw a card is already not bad. It's like a deliberate or whatnot, right? But the fact is, if you pay the extra green, you basically land ramp at the same time. Why not?
Yeah. Well, and that Scry 2 lets you dig pretty deep for either an answer
Yeah,
or that land that you want to put in, right?
exactly. The next card here is something that I'm starting to play around with because it just came out in Fallout. Is Mutational Advantage for one in a green and a blue. Permanents you control with counters on them gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to those permanents this turn. You proliferate.
That does a lot for 3.
It does. It does a lot. Right? Like it protects their stuff. They gain indestructible. You stop all damage and you proliferate. Like, come on.
It's pretty good. Again,
You-
in a deck that your counters matter, that doesn't. Who cares?
yeah, it's not a big deal. So
I like that. We have our naturalize. 1 and a green. Destroy target artifact or enchantment.
yep, nice and simple. It's just like a disenchant. The next one we have is a negate for one in a blue. Counter target non-creature spell.
A lot of control. I get it. Pull from Tomorrow is also like on our list here. It's a great budget draw card. I really like it. X double blue, draw X cards, discard 1 card. Easy.
Yeah, I'm so happy they keep on reprinting this because when it first came out during Amonkhet, it was like a $10 card or something like that. So it was anywhere from between $5 to $10, depending on it, the condition and all that. If it's foil or whatnot, it was just stupid expensive, and it was a great card. Don't get me wrong. So like the fact that they keep on reprinting it and it's now like under $1, I greatly appreciate it.
Draw X is just a great ability throughout the game, right? Early, it's
Yeah,
good to just get a few extra cards in hand. Late, you can really get going.
yeah, it's so good, and like you don't have to put in all your mana. It's just really nice. So and you discard cards. So if you care about your graveyard, it does help to do that as well. So
Fair.
the next one here is Reign of Revelation for 3 and a blue. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card.
It's decent budget card.
Yeah, it's just a nice draw. So like think of it like a harmonize, but it's an instant, and you have to discard. Ooh,
Again, pretty decent. We
yeah,
have a reality shift because you have a commander with an ETB, obviously.
yeah,
1 green, 1 blue, exile target creature. Its controller manifests the top card of their library. We can do that to protect ourselves or to just be a problem.
yeah. Fun times. And we have a Teferi's Time Twist for 1 in a blue. Exile target permanent you control. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. If it enters the battlefield as a creature, it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it.
Yeah.
So
That
another protection again.
yeah. That's what I was meaning for the last one as a blink. The last one's just straight mean removal. I always forget about Wilt, but Wilt is just a straight upgrade to Naturalize.
Yeah,
It's like the new one, right? The whatever the new card is that has Escalate and does all of it, and also an indestructible thing is silly. But Wilt, we have 1 in a green, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and the ability to cycle it away to draw a card is awesome.
yeah. And that's what we really care about.
Yeah, it never sits there for no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any lands you care about?
Lands, yes.
Okay.
So first one we care about is the very first one here. Is a Alchemist Refuge. So you can tap it for a colorless, or you can tap a blue and a green, and you can tap it, and you may cast spells this turn as though they have flash.
Yeah,
I like my flash.
it's such a good card. The price on it has dropped astronomically, and now it's just such a good card to be able to include.
Yeah. And then the other ones we care about the Reliquary Tower because it gives you no max hand size. And we care about the Rogue's Passage because we want to make our commander unblockable. We did not throw in the Access Tunnel because that one says power 3 or lower.
And you,
Sometimes our commander will get higher than that.
we care about Rogue's Passage because they're our friends.
gotta shout them out. You gotta throw it in. You gotta
Yeah,
shout it out.
I like the use of the Thrivings as a nice budget land base too.
Yeah. So just threw those in. It's good color fixing. They come into play tapped, and you know what? It's not a big deal because we already know that our deck is a little bit slower, and we're just telling everyone, "Hey, leave us alone. We're friendly. Here's some extra card draw. Just let us do our thing. Leave us alone to attack someone else." So we can afford to spend 1 or 2 turns just having tap lands.
Yeah, I like it. You've got 1 Planeswalker here.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got this Casmina Enigmatic Mentor, 3 and a blue for a 5 loyalty Casmina Planeswalker. Spells your opponents cast that target a creature or Planeswalker you control or 2 more. That's great blanket protection. And
Yeah.
-2, create a 2/2 blue wizard, draw a card, discard a card.
Yeah. So everything on this card just helps you. It protects all your stuff, so everything gets ward. You're creating a creature, so you're creating some sort of like defense, and you're drawing at the same time.
Yeah.
So, and that's just the floor. Like the ceiling's crazy, but the floor is pretty good.
Well, you have some good proliferate stuff already, right? Too, so you can keep getting these
Exactly.
back up.
Yeah.
Sorceries.
Sorceries, and then we'll hit the creatures last. So
All right.
sorceries.
Take it away.
All right. First card here is a pet card of mine. Okay, it's Careful Study. For a single blue, you draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards from your hand. So it's like a Faithless Looting. It's just there's no flashback.
Yeah, decent.
Expensive card.
Yeah. To be honest, kind of.
Yeah.
$2, but cool card. We have Curse the Swine, which is one of the better removal spells in blue that exists for creatures. X double blue, exile X target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its controller creates a 2/2 green boar creature token. I personally would use this to board wipe and then attack and be like, see, I gave you your angel back, because I would give their boar and everything counter and be like, now it's an angel again, so don't even worry about it.
You're such a jerk.
Your Avacyn still lives on through this board. I like it.
All right, the next one we have is a Distant Melody. For 3 and a blue, you choose a creature type. Draw a card for each permanent you control of that type.
Nice. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's just a draw card for each creature you control.
Yeah. So this can be very, very, very bad because you might have like 0 creatures or like even just 1 creature. You know, that's like how bad it can be. But if you have something like I said, the Maskwood Nexus,
Yeah.
if you have that out, yeah,
Yeah.
things get out of hand.
I like that one. We have a Farseek, 1 and 1 green. Search your library for plains, island, swamp, or mountain. Put on the battlefield tapped. Shuffle.
Yeah. Simple. Same thing with the next card here. We have Nature's Lore for 1 in a green. Search your library for a forest card. Put that card on the battlefield, then shuffle. See, they balance each other out.
Yeah, I like this. One of the next ones, it's one of your expensive cards in the deck, and it should
Yeah.
be. It's annoying, and it already needs a reprint. You can never find it. It's Raise the Palisade, 4 and a blue. You choose a creature type, return all creatures that aren't that type to their owner's hand. Again, another very political card.
Yeah. Very, very political, but you know, this card with our commander, you can be like, hey, I have this board wipe in my hand. Okay, you can let the people know. It doesn't matter. Be like, let me attack Omo. Let me put an everything counter on one of your creatures, and then I'll cast this, and then the two of us team up to against this one other person.
Yeah,
So we're all about politics here.
I like that. It's a great threat card. Everything but kobolds back to hands. We're not
Yeah.
playing kobolds. Oh no! Oh what?
Oh
No!
no. Oh no. How about jackalopes?
That's funny.
That they only have one jackalope in all of Magic, I think.
That's good. I'll take our
Yeah.
next one so you can end the list here. It's Rampant Growth, 1 and a green. Search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap to then shuffle. Please.
Yeah, you gotta have it. So, and then the last one we have is Whelming Wave for 2 double blue. Return all creatures to their owner's hands except for krakens, leviathans, octopuses, and serpents.
Yeah, that's a mean card.
It's really mean, especially in this deck. So, but once again, you can politic and be like, "Hey, I can attack you, and I can put an everything counter on your creature, and then go from there."
Yeah. Be chill.
Be chill. Be chill. So
Let's scroll up to this creature section and see what's going on in there.
yeah. So creatures, it is the bulk of the stuff that we want to do. Once again, just a friendly reminder, this is a low power deck because we need our commander for any of this to work.
Yeah, otherwise it's just kind of garbled nonsense.
Yeah.
All right.
You so
I'll start us off. We have an Amoeboid Changeling. 1 and a blue for a 1/1 shapeshifter changeling, all card types at all times. You can tap it, target creature gains all types, but you can also make them lose all creature types on a turn. That's kind of fun.
yeah,
Someone is annoying us. We take their creatures away, strip them of their honorary slivers.
exactly. So like once again, once you're done the politics and it's just between the two of you, it's like, oh, that one creature has everything counter on it. No, it's nothing now.
Yeah, I like this.
So the next one we have is an Avenger of Zendikar. It is a 5 double green. So it is a 5/5 elemental. When an Avenger Zendikar enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each land you control. It has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each plant creature you control. That's what we care about.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And like remember, when Omo comes out, the first thing we're gonna do is put a counter on Omo.
Yeah, so you're buffing the commander up, like you said. This is why it's going to be over 3 a lot of the time. Same with the
Yeah.
next card too, right? Our Baru Worm Speaker, a really cool inclusion in this deck. 2 double green for a 3/3 human druid. Worms you control get 2/2 trample, and you can pay 7 and a green, tap it, create a 4/4 green worm. It's X less, where X is the greatest power among worms you control, and all of your creatures are worms.
Yeah. So at one point in time, like you can just tap a green and tap it and you get a 4/4 worm.
Yeah.
Because reaching 7 is not difficult.
Yeah. No, I like this. Well, and it's interesting because a lot of the time you can make Baru a worm, right? So now you've got just even on Baru alone, Baru's a 5/5.
Yeah.
And that's a 2 mana ability or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It gets kind of silly. So you can see how like just having that everything counter on a creature, just things can go off easily.
Yeah.
So once again, this is why we need our commander. Why everything's around the commander and why the power level is low because we need that commander.
I like playing decks that just are like that. They're fun, they're just a little silly, but when they work, and if they don't work, they don't. Yikes.
Yeah. But even if this deck doesn't work, you still have enough cards in removal to affect the board, so people can't really ignore you. So,
Yeah, worst
but
case, someone keeps destroying your commander, and you're just like, all right, well, I'm bouncing all creatures. So what's up?
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Uh,
you have 1,000 scoot swarms. That's interesting. Again, I cast Curse of No Kobolds.
okay.
Curse of Raw.
Next card we have here is a biogenic ooze for 3 double green. It is an ooze that is a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you create a 2/2 green ooze creature token. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each ooze you control. And for 1 and triple green, create a 2/2 green ooze creature token.
I love that card.
It's so good. It's so much fun.
I also think it's interesting you have the next one. This is a really fun card, this Detective of the Month. We've got 2 and a blue. It is a 2/3 human detective with Ascend, so City's Blessing, get blessed up. As long as you have the City's Blessing, detectives can't be blocked, so now, again, further evasion. And whenever you draw your second card each turn, you create a 2/2 white and blue detective.
Yeah. We have that card draw. You will get that detective creature token.
Yeah.
And with Omo, you put that everything counter on it. It is detective. It is unblockable. Go nuts.
Yeah.
The next card we have here, sad to say, I went this route originally,
I'll go Slither's hard. This will be a Slither deck.
is the Fusion Sliver for 1 in a blue. It is a 1/1. It is a sliver. Whenever a sliver creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 2. So all your slivers gain ward 2.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, so this encants Mina. Ooh,
Yeah, pay
ooh.
four to try. Pay four to try, and then you still have counters and other things.
Yeah.
That's gross. We have a problem card already. I was hoping to see this in the list. Elvish Champion, 1 double green. All elves get 1/1 in Forest Walk. So you're rolling over everyone because by this point in the game, when you drop this, everyone's gonna have a minimum of 1 forest because the everything counters.
Yeah, it's like almost guaranteed.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Next
rude.
the next one is a fun card. Okay, it's Feline Sovereign for 2 and a green. It is a cat. That's a 2/3. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have protection from dogs.
Oh, I like that. I didn't even. I was just thinking of the bottom part, and I was like, "That's cool." I forgot that all of you're making other people's creatures. That too. That's really cool.
Yeah, so now you have your creatures have protection from your opponent's creatures when you put an everything counter on them.
Yeah. So you just neutralize their biggest creatures.
Yeah. And the second ability that Daniel saw and was focused on was whenever one or more cats you control deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment that player controls.
That's great.
We have unblockable. We've already gone through like basically 2 cards that says you are unblockable.
Well, and they're also anthems, right? So
Yeah.
with both those out, they're like another 2/2 that have protection from things. I like that. That's mean.
This is a great card. It's a cheap card too, but it's so great.
Yeah, really, really functions in this deck. I like that a
Yeah.
lot. We have our Gale Rider Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have flying for 1 blue. That's can't see how that could be a problem. Leave that.
Nope.
Don't even think about removing it. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. Next one we have is a Gem Hide Sliver for 1 and a green. It's a 1/1 sliver. All slivers have tap to add 1 mana of any color.
The flavor text on this card is phenomenal. Squee had been disemboweled many times before, but never by something so stunningly beautiful.
Oh,
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 yeah,
so good.
Squee's good. Oh, this is a gross card. Greybow Doyen. 4 and a green for a 2/4 elf archer. This is a problem. Other archers you control get 1/1, so another big anthem. Whenever an
Mhm.
archer you control deals damage to a creature, that archer deals that much damage to that creature's controller. That
Yeah.
is hugely problematic to try block.
And that's the thing. Like, even if people try to attack you, they worry.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive.
Yeah, this is one of the most aggressive cards in the deck. So
Well,
like,
that shuts down like any big commander that like tries to swing through. Like I've got like a 2020 and it's like, okay, well you're gonna die if you hit me.
yeah, it's
And if
fantastic.
you double up a block, right? Ooh, that's gross.
Like double strike, sure, double strike me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, next one we have is Herald of Hoofbeats for 3 in a blue. It's a human knight with that's a 3/3. It has horsemanship. Other knights you control have horsemanship.
I'm seeing a theme here. I'm
We
seeing why
we
you
want to get through.
I'm seeing why you wanted to put some protection in the deck. That's mean.
So like I said, slow deck takes a while to get going. You're not throwing like this is like one of the enders. You're not throwing this down on like turn 4, turn 5. No, this is gonna be like turn 7, turn 8 when boards have been established. You need to get through. You want to finish the game. You sandbag this into your hand.
Yeah,
You gotta wait.
I like this card a lot. We have Cassetto Orochi Archmage. 1 green, 1 blue for a 2/2 snake wizard. A green and a blue target creature can't be blocked this turn again. Great evasion. If it's a snake, it gets +2/+2. And you can just mana dump into that and kill people with your commander if you have a ton of mana late game, which is hilarious.
Yeah, because remember we have things like Gemhide Sliver.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can get big.
Well, again, a +2/+2 on a 2 mana. Like, you just like sink 10 mana into that and it gets +10/+10. That's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's so stupid. And with all of our evasion,
Well, and again, this target creature can't be blocked. So you're like, my snake commander bashes you in the face. You're dead.
the next card we have here is your Lord of Atlantis for double blue. It is a 2/2 Lord. This one is an old printing. So it should be all other merfolks get +1/+1 until and gain Island Walk.
Yeah. So again, another get right through, another anthem.
Yeah.
Really,
So
really heavy metal flavor text. I like it.
we have no legs, the warrior spat, for we have finished running. It's so good.
Yikes.
But yeah, fun thing like with the Lord of Atlantis, like because this one the version I have here says all merfolks get +1/+1 and
Yeah,
gain
the
Island
old
Walk.
one.
So
Yeah, when they were lords.
yeah, so like people used to say like no because this says all merfolks, Lord of Atlantis pumps itself up, so it's actually a 3/3. So
I
that's why they
wish.
had to change the wording of it.
Yeah, I wish. We have a Mana Weft again, another great just ramp card. Both those Mana Weft and Gemhide are going to be great early game ramp, and they're just going to keep getting better as the board state expands.
Yeah,
Um, Gemhide is all slivers as well, so you can also help people out. But Mana Weft is slivers we control have tap to add 1 mana of any color. It's 1/1 for 1 and a green.
yeah. So you just gotta remember that because some people might try to abuse that. So
Again,
um
though, right? It's a very easy way to be like, let me help you get some ramp. Just leave me alone.
yeah, 100%, 100%. The next card we have here is the Master of the Pearl Trident for double blue. Other merfolk creatures you control gain +1/+1 and have Island Walk, and it is a 2/2.
Yeah, another problem card. I just looked at the next card on your list, and I was unhappy with that one. I'll tell you that right now. Um, yeah, no, the Pearl Trident again. You've got so many anthems that give you so much. Like the fact that they're not just an anthem, but they're also an anthem and an evasion. Like that, I really really enjoy this.
Yeah, but like it's a double-edged sword because like whoever you're giving the everything counters to, they're getting these anthems as well. So
I
you're playing blue.
I've got to pop this card up really quickly. Like you can maybe see. Let me see if I can make this bigger in this list here. This why is this merfolk? Why they draw him like this? Why has it got such cheeks?
Those are the shells.
Yeah, the shell's covering those hams he's packing. What's that about? I just I just saw that. I was like, why they draw it like this? That's funny. Oh, I've gone too
Uh,
far. Yeah, no, that's an interesting artwork. Again, like I said, I've said this on so many episodes. We we don't look at cards up close like this that
until
often, right? So like it's
yeah,
when you see it on the screen like that, that's it's right there, it's right in your face, pops. Okay, so we have this Mirror Galvanizer. 3 mana for a 2/2 artifact creature mirror. Nothing threatening there. Other mirrors you control get 1/1, which is another anthem. Mean. Pay 1, tap, untap each other mirror you control.
yeah. So it's almost like pseudo vigilance in a sense.
Yeah. Well, as well, also pseudo land ramp. If you've got like 5 creatures out, you can just tap all of them with your gem hide, get your 5 mana, pay 1, untap it.
Yeah.
You don't lose out on anything. Like, great ramp.
So with the Mirror Galvanizer, especially like with another card that's coming up, this can go infinite
Ooh,
for mana.
I like that.
Okay.
A nice, easy, infinite mana.
Yeah. It's
Cast pull from
easy.
tomorrow for 1,000. Kill myself.
It's easy yet not easy because you need to have both these cards out at the same time, or you need to have one out and then this one, and you'll see why later. But basically, like it lets you with the mana slivers and everything. You can just generate infinite mana as long as they have the everything counters on them or the max wood nexus is out. So it's yes, we normally don't put infinite counters in
Slow infinite.
or yeah, it's a small infinite, but it's so hard to get to. It's not a big deal. That's why I just kept it in.
Yeah, it's not like a 2 card like demonic consultation, Thassa's Oracle. I win the game at 3 mana. What's up?
Yeah, no, you need to jump through a lot of hoops in order to get this infinite combo.
I like that. You got to earn this one.
Yeah. The next one we have though is a Scion of Una for 2 and a blue. It's a fairy soldier. That's a 1/1. It has flash. It has flying, and it has other fairies you control get +1/+1. Other fairies you control have shroud.
Pretty mean.
Yeah. So once we throw the everything counter on something, we're basically done with it.
Yeah, I like that. I really like the next card a lot. Your Volo Guide to Monsters is wicked. 2, 1 green, 1 blue. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy it.
Yeah. So this is where the Mirror Galvanizer can go infinite.
Oh yeah, because they're not sharing a card. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does this work in this deck? Whenever you cast a
Yeah.
creature spell.
So like Volo comes out, okay, you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard. So yes, it makes everything like you have Ono that has everything. So like I said, you have to jump through a lot of hoops
Oh,
to get
okay,
this
yeah.
infinite combo. Okay. You cannot have Ono out or things with infinite
Yeah, so
or everything counter.
you have to have it away from it for now.
Yes.
I like that.
100%.
Because
Yes.
then you copy your uh you're getting a copy of the galvanizer and then you untap one other. Bang 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 bang
Yeah.
bang bang bang.
Yeah. Like I said, I threw it in because I thought it was funny. It is a janky deck. This is like a non-bow card.
Yeah.
But once again, at the very beginning of the episode, I said this is more like a 5.5 to a 6 power level. If you're lucky, you push a 7. There is a reason why I have stuff like this in here. Okay, Volo literally does nothing in the deck unless you do not have anything out with everything counters on them.
It's
Once you
interesting.
don't have that, then Volo makes a huge difference, especially if you're casting things like Whelming Wave
Yeah.
and you're returning everything to people's hands, or people are board wiping. It's like, okay, fine, I will rebuild with Volo starting off, and then I will go nuts.
I love all the Volos so much.
Yeah. So, but like that's the thing. Like Volo makes it difficult for people to want to board wipe.
Yeah.
So, because the moment they board wipe, it's like, all right, you board wipe, fine. Then I'll cast Volo. Next 2, 3 creatures I cast will not be like, will not have seen something else, and then you go nuts.
Yeah. The next one I haven't seen, I don't think. It's a really cool card. your Wirewood Hive Master, 1 and a green for a 1/1 elf. Whenever another non-token elf comes into play, you can put a 1/1 green insect into play. Why is that not in every elf deck? Why is it a 35-cent card?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
So
Why is that not in my Galadriel decks that is all ETB?
I don't know. Like the only I threw this in just cause it seems like fun. Like I only have one other elf, so it's not that great because it says another non-token elf comes into play.
Yeah, but again, if you have out your what's it called, your Masswood,
Matchwood Nexus.
yeah,
Yeah. So once again, like it's a fun janky card. It's
yeah,
off the bat, it's not gonna do much.
yeah, it's not going to be super powerful in here, but still a really cool card, really cool art on it too.
Yeah, it's interesting. And like it's just one of those things like, okay, I wanna like I have not built this deck. I just wanna play with it. I wanna try it out. So I'm gonna throw in things like this just to play around with.
Well, I like when you have a concept in mind and you know it's not going to be like this. This can't be like my full like gas pedal all the time deck.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that like you can be like, I just want to play some fun things.
Yeah. And that's the thing. This is a more fun card. It's not super overpowered. Okay. I only have one other elf for all the creatures, and then I have the Maskwood Nexus that makes everything elves. So if I have that out, yes, this can kind of go off, kind of not go off, but it's a fun card, and you don't see it.
Yeah. Again, this is a card I want to put in a bunch of decks.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
dope.
just one of those things.
Yeah.
The last card here.
Yeah. Try pronounce that. Jeez.
Let's see. Zolatoyak, the Smiling Flood.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
It's a 4 green and a blue. It is a salamander serpent. That's a 6/6. Whenever the Smiling Flood enters the battlefield or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. That land is an island in addition to its other types for as long as it has a flood counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, untap each permanent you control with a counter on it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So it's like a Seaborn Muse, yet not.
For you, that's also
Yeah.
putting flood counters on other people's lands.
Yeah. So,
I
and
like this. I like this deck
yeah,
a lot. This was a very cool deck.
it is a fun, like, it's designed to be more fun than competitive or high powered, in all honesty.
It reminds me of kind of like Ruck or Ramel. That's like a way that I went with this deck too, where I wanted to do things that were each creature type and stuff. You didn't put any of the mean stuff in here. You could have put the card that lets you tap 7 druids and take everyone's land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have done a lot of things. I could have, like, another concept I considered was making it so that, like, this was a blink deck. So, like, I could blink Omo and make everything, put everything counters on all my creatures that way.
Yeah.
But
I think
I
you
kept
went a
on,
fun way.
yeah, I decided to go a fun way. It is not a strong deck. It is like other, like, precons can beat this deck. Okay, like if you play 10 games with this against precons, you might win one or two of those games.
But again,
Every other time,
when you're building that it's not a powerful deck, you're more focused on the politics aspect of it, the fun aspect of it, and you're able to do a lot of cool things. You're able to like reset the board. You're really able to affect the board. You're able to fix people's land for them. Like
yeah,
I think this is really cool.
yeah, and it's not quite group hug either,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you are going to be aggressive. You are going to be attacking. You have those unblockables. You know, it does take time for you to build that board state, but when you do, you do become a problem. It's not that you can become a problem. You are the problem.
Yeah.
So, and you have answers. You have counter spells. You have removal. You have board wipes. So you're not out of the, like, you cannot be ignored. But at the same time, like, the deck is designed to be more fun and to promote everyone else to kind of do their thing. And people are gonna change their focus to those problem people. And like I said, you're gonna sandbag. You're gonna keep those certain cards in your hand and just wait. And you just gotta wait and bide your time until that moment comes around and you just strike and it's like, here, I'm gonna cast this, and all these creatures were out from last turn, so I don't need haste. I'm just gonna attack you. They're all unblockable. Here's like 30 damage to your face.
Yeah.
So yeah. But this was designed more to be fun than high powered.
Yeah, I like this. I think this, like I said, it's a I like when you build decks and when Slothy builds decks because you guys often go such a different direction. Like I said, I would have only gone into I am going to clone creatures.
Yeah, I know Slothy would like Slothy's the kind of person that tends to build decks that are fun, but they're very very high powered.
Yeah, Slothy puts a little more power into us.
Yeah. So like he's starting to build into more fun territory. Like he had a deck tech that we wanted to share, but unfortunately, he's not here.
Yeah, unfortunately, he
So
got us out of bed early.
yeah. But it is what it is. But yeah, like he's starting to go in that direction, but at the same time, like, that's just how he is. That's his personality. He likes to go full, you know, full steam ahead, right? Throwing this is this. And then, later on, it's like, you point out, hey, this is really strong. And Slavi's like, huh? Is it? Oh, crap. I didn't realize it was that strong.
No, I really, really like this list.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. So, but I strongly suggest people try doing this with this commander
Yep.
where you're not going for like high power, you're just having fun because there's a lot of Anthem creatures out there that do silly things.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of really, really cool stuff too. Like even going like the more wizard based route, right? There's so many wizards in Magic that care about like wizards, right? Like there's a lot of like different like tribes you can go hard into that would make this really, really fun based on like this kind of a shell.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then like, because they're like you can go like so many different directions with this, like especially like like you said, wizards, right? You have like cards where it's like, oh, you tap a wizard, you draw a card,
Yeah,
or
Azami Galecaster where you like tap a wizard, bounce a permanent.
yeah, things like that. You can throw in like a Mirage Mirror and like increase your anthems even more,
Yeah, I
right?
like this. It has a
We,
Howling Mine. Of course, I like it.
yeah, like or like you said, like you're gonna go like the clones. You can throw in clones, especially with the anthems and everything. Just make copies of everything, and then you just go crazy because they pump each other up. Like even throwing in something like Orvar would be insane.
Yeah,
So,
I love
but yeah,
Orvar.
I took mine apart. It's just too strong. It's
I've,
not
Orvar's like
not
Toxtrol. I've literally never seen. The only time I've seen anyone have any fun in an Orvar game is when way, way back in the day, we all like we were playing a stream game,
yeah.
and
The three of you.
yeah, Brian left, and me, Zach, and Benson all grabbed our Orvar decks and just like pretended we were blind picking. And then Benson's like, "Oh, I'm playing Orvar," and Zach's like, "No way, I'm playing Orvar." I was like, "Guys, you won't believe this. I'm playing." And we played a triple Orvar game against Brian, and that was hilarious. He was not too pleased with that. It was really funny. That game's up on YouTube. It got criminally low views at the time, but
Yeah.
it's so funny. It's one of like the best silly games I've seen in a long time. I might put that game in the show notes.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, but yes,
You,
I like this list a lot. I say we wrap it
okay.
with
Good with
about
that.
what? Oh, I was just about to hit a different intro song.
Ooh.
Thank you everyone for getting to the end of our episode. What would you put in here? Because truly, with this deck, everything goes in here. If you like what you see, like, share, subscribe. It really, really does help us out. People find our stuff. They come listen. They come join. We can make more things. If you're wanting to support us above and beyond that, because again, that's free, takes no time. Should do it, obviously. Come over to Patreon. If you are on Patreon, there's lots of weeks where we're getting double episodes. Like again, today we're recording an extra one, so you'll get a very, very early spoiler episode before anyone, and it'll be silly. And you'll get the video early, and you'll get a brew decks and lots of great things, lots of great people. So come over to do that. Check out AI Armor. AI Armor is really, really good. They've been really good to us with lots of promotional materials. So check them out. They're great sleeves. If any of these cards are like more expensive, You know, I would say it's a fairly budgetish deck, but there's some expensive stuff. If you want to get them, go to thisproxyshop.com, promo code IT99, get a discount at the checkout, and yeah, that's it. I think we're good there, right? What else are we missing? I think I covered everything. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I am Omo. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for getting to the end here with us.
All right, everyone. Catch you next time. Laters.
We just let it roll.
Letting it roll, like always. Peace out.